Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What truly defines a woman's beauty? Is it the way she moves, the way she appears, or the way people turn to look at her when she steps into a room? No, that is merely an illusion, a false idea the world wants you to believe in. True beauty is something deeper, something solid, something that time cannot take away. A truly beautiful woman carries something within her that cannot be purchased, cannot be copied. It is in her strength, in her poise, in the way she stands tall even when life tries to bring her down. If you really want to understand what makes a woman beautiful, not according to the world's standards, but in a way that lasts, in a way that truly matters, then listen carefully. Because this, right here, is where real power lies. Genuine beauty is not what society has conditioned you to think. It does not lie in the way you style your hair, the clothes you wear, or the number of heads that turn when you walk by. No, real beauty is something untouchable, something that cannot be bought or faked. It shines from within. It is in the way a woman carries herself, in the way she faces life's challenges with unwavering courage, in the quiet confidence that no amount of external approval can give her. A woman who walks in faith possesses a beauty that is unshakable. It is a beauty that extends far beyond physical appearance, beyond temporary praise. It is the kind of beauty that attracts people, not because of what they see, but because of what they feel when they are around her. She has a presence that calms, a confidence that is not built on fragile foundations but on something deeper. She does not break under pressure because she knows she is never truly alone. She does not live in fear of the future because she trusts that she will always have what she needs at the right time. While others are lost in uncertainty, she moves with purpose, with direction, with strong conviction. And that is true power. Let's be honest, life will test her. There will be moments when she feels like she is standing on shaky ground, when everything seems to be falling apart. But what sets her apart from others is that she does not allow fear to consume her. She does not let doubt take over. She keeps moving forward. She keeps believing. She keeps standing tall, even when everything inside her is telling her to give up. That kind of strength does not come from external sources. It does not come from wealth, from relationships, from achievements. It comes from within. And when a woman possesses that kind of inner strength, that kind of unwavering faith, she becomes untouchable in the most powerful way. People will wonder how she does it, how she remains calm when everything is crumbling, how she stays kind when others are cruel, how she keeps moving forward when most would have quit. It is because she is not controlled by fleeting circumstances. She understands that challenges are temporary, but who she is, who she was created to be, remains constant. She does not waste energy chasing things that do not matter. She does not need to prove herself. She does not seek approval from a world that constantly shifts its standards. She knows her worth, and that alone makes her unstoppable. But let's not misunderstand. Having faith does not mean life will be free of pain. It does not mean she will not experience heartbreak, disappointment, or betrayal. No, she will, but the difference is, she will not let those things break her. She will not allow them to turn her bitter. She will not let them make her forget who she is. Instead, she will learn, she will grow, she will adapt. And through it all, she will hold on to the one thing that gives her real strength, the belief that no matter what happens, she is being guided, she is being protected, and she is being prepared for something greater. And that belief, that trust, that is what sets her apart. That is what makes her shine. The world constantly tells women that beauty is about perfection, about flawless skin, the perfect body, the ideal life. But none of that lasts. None of that brings true fulfillment. Because real beauty is not about being perfect. It is about being real. It is about knowing who you are, standing firm in that truth, and refusing to be swayed by the opinions of others. A woman who walks in faith does not lower her standards to fit in. She does not silence herself to make others comfortable. She does not shrink herself, accommodate those who cannot handle her strength. She stands with confidence. She walks with boldness. She carries herself with a grace that cannot be taught, only earned through experiences, through struggles, through an unshakable belief in something greater than herself. And the most amazing thing, when a woman walks in faith, she inspires others to do the same. She becomes a light in dark places, a source of strength for those who feel weak. She leads not by force, but by example. Her actions speak louder than her words. Her presence alone is enough to remind people of what is possible when you choose to stand firm in who you are. If you are listening to this and wondering, do I have that kind of strength within me? The answer is yes, you do. It has always been inside you. The only question is, are you ready to embrace it? Wisdom is one of the most valuable and rare qualities a woman can have. It is not just about intelligence. It goes much deeper. It is the ability to see beyond the surface, to understand the power of words, to know when to speak and when to stay silent. A woman who carries wisdom holds great influence. She does not waste her energy on gossip, negativity, or meaningless conversations. When she speaks, people listen, because her words carry meaning. Her advice is never given carelessly. Her perspective is rooted in truth. She understands that words have power. They can build or destroy, uplift or bring down, bring peace or stir chaos. So she does not speak just to fill the silence. She speaks with care. She knows that wisdom is not about being the loudest in the room. It is about saying the right words at the right time. But wisdom is not just about talking. It is also about knowing when to be silent. A wise woman understands that not every battle is worth fighting, that not every insult requires a response, that sometimes the best answer is no answer at all. She does not waste her energy proving herself to those who refuse to understand her. She does not engage in pointless arguments. She values her time and her energy, and she spends them wisely. That is what makes her different. While others react out of impulse, she remains composed, not because she is weak, but because she is strong enough to control herself. She knows that silence can be just as powerful as words, and she uses both with wisdom. But wisdom is also about listening. A woman with wisdom does not just hear, she truly listens. She listens to understand, not just to respond. She notices what is not being said. She pays attention to the emotions behind the words. That is why her advice is remembered for years, because she speaks to the heart, to the soul, to the deeper truth beneath the surface. She also understands that wisdom is not about knowing everything. It is about asking the right questions. She remains open to learning, to growing, to seeing things from different perspectives. That is what makes her powerful. She does not move through life with arrogance, thinking she has all the answers. She remains a student, always seeking more understanding, more knowledge, more depth. Her wisdom is not just in her words but in her actions. She does not just talk about doing the right thing, she lives it. The way she carries herself, the way she treats people, the way she faces challenges, those are the real signs of her wisdom. That is why people trust her, why they respect her. Not because she demands it, but because she has earned it. She has shown time and time again that she is steady, she is strong, and she is unshaken. And wisdom like that, it cannot be faked. It is built, refined, and proven over time. You cannot pretend to have it. Either you have walked through the fire and learned, or you have not. The truth is, the most beautiful kind of wisdom comes from experience, from overcoming, from growing through the things that were meant to break you. If you want to be a woman who speaks with wisdom, you must be willing to learn. You must be open to growth. You need to be able to sit with yourself, reflect, and ask yourself the difficult questions. You need to listen more than you speak, seek to understand, and most importantly, allow life to shape you. Take every challenge, every hardship, and every setback, and turn it into something meaningful, because that is where true wisdom is born. That is what makes a woman unforgettable. That is what gives her strength. A woman with a gentle and kind heart carries a power that is often overlooked. In a world that celebrates loud voices and aggressive ambition, kindness is sometimes mistaken for weakness. But do not be mistaken. A truly kind woman is not weak. She is powerful beyond measure. Her strength is not in forcing her way, but in how she moves through life with grace, patience, and an unwavering spirit that lifts others up rather than bringing them down. She understands that real power is not about control or domination. It is about influence. Nothing influences people more deeply than a heart full of love, compassion, and sincerity. When she steps into a room, there is something about her presence that brings peace. She does not have to demand attention. Her energy speaks for her. People feel safe around her. They feel heard, understood, and appreciated. But do not misinterpret her kindness as naivety. A kind woman sees the world for what it is. She is not blind to the selfishness, cruelty, or darkness that exists. She simply chooses not to let it change who she is. That is real strength, to remain soft in a world that tries to make you hard, to continue loving even when you have every reason to be bitter. Her kindness is not based on conditions. She does not offer it only to those who treat her well. She gives freely because that is her nature. She has realized that the way others behave is a reflection of them, not of her. She does not allow their negativity to change her essence. That is why she stands out. In a time when people are quick to anger, quick to judge, and quick to bring others down, she remains steadfast. She chooses to rise above. This does not mean she allows herself to be walked over. A kind woman is not a doormat. She knows the difference between being kind and being a people pleaser. She does not give endlessly to those who only take. She does not allow herself to be used, manipulated, or drained. She understands her worth, and because of that she knows when to walk away. The power of her kindness is in her ability to love without losing herself. She sets boundaries. She knows when to say no, and she does so without guilt, because she understands that true kindness is not about self-sacrifice. It is about balance. She pours into others, but she also takes care of herself. She gives, but she also understands how to receive. People are drawn to her because they know she is genuine. She does not wear a mask. She does not pretend to be perfect. Her kindness is not an act. It is real. And that is rare. She lifts others up, not because she wants something in return, but because she believes in the good that exists in people. She chooses to see the best in others, even when the world tells her not to. But she is not easily deceived. She recognizes when someone is taking advantage of her good heart. And when that happens, she does not seek revenge. She does not waste energy on hatred. She simply removes herself. She walks away with her dignity intact, because she knows that her peace is worth more than proving a point. A woman with a gentle and kind heart transforms every space she enters. She brings warmth into cold places, light into dark rooms. People remember her not because she was the loudest, not because she demanded attention, but because she made them feel something. She made them feel valued, seen, and important. That is a power greater than any title, any wealth, or any status. Her strength is also in her patience. She understands that not everything needs an immediate reaction. She knows how to step back, take a breath, and respond with wisdom rather than impulse. That is why people respect her. She is not controlled by emotions. She masters them. She does not let anger dictate her choices. She does not allow pain to make her cold. She chooses grace always. Because of that, she inspires, not just through words but through action. Through the way she carries herself. Through the way she loves. Through the way she remains firm in her values. She does not compromise who she is to fit into the world. She stays true to herself. And that is why she shines. Her kindness is not just an emotion, it is a decision. Every day she wakes up and chooses to be gentle in a world that can be cruel. She chooses to love when it is easier to hate. She chooses to forgive when holding on to resentment would feel more satisfying. That choice is what makes her extraordinary. That choice is what gives her strength. The most powerful thing about a kind woman is that she leaves an impact that lasts long after she is gone. People remember how she made them feel. They remember her warmth, her presence, the way she made them believe in good again. True kindness, real gentleness, is unforgettable. It is a force that changes everything it touches. A woman of wisdom does not speak just to be heard. She speaks to make an impact. She understands the power of words, the weight they carry, and the consequences they bring. In a world where people rush to speak, where noise often drowns out meaning, she chooses her words carefully. She does not waste time on gossip. She does not engage in meaningless talk. She does not speak out of anger. She knows that silence can be just as powerful as words. She listens more than she speaks, because she understands that wisdom is found in observing, in
understanding, in thinking before reacting. Her voice is not the loudest in the room, but when she speaks, people listen, not because she demands attention, but because her words carry truth, depth, and meaning. She has no need to prove her intelligence or show off her knowledge. Her wisdom speaks for itself. It is evident in the way she carries herself, in the way she navigates life with discernment, in the way she remains calm even in the midst of chaos. She knows that wisdom is not just about intelligence, it is about understanding people, understanding life, and knowing when to act and when to wait. She has learned that not everything requires a response, that not every battle is worth fighting, and that sometimes the greatest strength is in restraint. She is not easily provoked. She does not let emotions dictate her actions. She steps back. She observes, she thinks before she moves. That is what sets her apart. A wise woman does not speak just to fill the silence. She knows that words have the power to heal or to harm, to build or to destroy, and so she chooses them wisely. She speaks to encourage, to uplift, to correct with grace,
and to guide with understanding. She does not use her words to bring others down because she knows that true power lies in lifting others up. She is not perfect, and she does not pretend to be. A wise woman acknowledges her flaws, learns from her mistakes, and continues to grow. She does not dwell on the past, does not let regret consume her, and does not allow failure to define her. Instead, she takes every setback as a lesson, every challenge as an opportunity, and every hardship as a stepping stone to something greater. She is confident, not because she has all the answers, but because she trusts that she will figure things out. She does not fear the unknown, does not panic when plans change, and does not break down when difficulties arise. She understands that wisdom is not about knowing everything but about knowing enough to keep learning, growing, and moving forward. A wise woman's true legacy is not in what she owns, not in the title she holds, and not in the recognition she receives. It is in the lives she touches, the wisdom she imparts, the love she gives, and the strength she leaves behind. She is remembered not because she was the loudest, not because she sought attention, but because her wisdom changed those around her. When a wise woman speaks, her words live on long after she is gone. A woman of strength and dignity does not allow the world to define her worth. She moves with unshakable confidence, not because life has been easy, but because she has chosen to rise above every challenge, every setback, and every moment of doubt. She is not swayed by the opinions of others, nor does she seek validation from those who fail to see her value. She knows who she is, and that self-awareness grants her an inner peace that cannot be taken away. Her strength is not just physical, it is the strength of character, the strength of resilience, and the strength of knowing that no matter what life throws her way, she will not break. She has faced storms that would have crushed others, yet she stands tall, not because she has never felt weak, but because she understands that true strength is not the absence of struggle but the ability to push forward despite it. She carries herself with dignity, never lowering her standards, and never compromising her values for temporary acceptance. She does not allow herself to be mistreated, used, or manipulated. She understands that love is not about losing herself to please someone else. She refuses to settle for anything less than what she truly deserves. She does not beg for attention, does not chase those who fail to appreciate her presence, and does not waste time proving her worth. She knows she is enough just as she is. Her dignity is evident in the way she treats herself and others. She does not tear people down to elevate herself. She does not engage in petty disputes, does not entertain drama, and does not let negativity consume her. She moves with grace, even in difficult circumstances, because she understands that true power lies in self-control. She does not react out of anger or pride. Instead, she chooses her battles wisely, speaking when necessary and walking away when needed. She understands that dignity is not about arrogance, it is about self-respect. She sets boundaries, not because she is cold or unkind, but because she values her
peace, her time, and her energy. She does not allow people to take advantage of her kindness, does not tolerate disrespect, and does not offer repeated chances to those who continually show they do not deserve them. A woman of strength and dignity does not let life make her bitter. She has been hurt, betrayed, and disappointed, but she does not let those experiences harden her heart. She continues to love, continues to give, and continues to believe in goodness. Not because she is naive, but because she refuses to let pain define her. She understands that holding on to anger only weighs her down. She forgives, not for them, but for herself. She knows that peace comes from letting go, from choosing to move forward, and from refusing to be a prisoner of the past. She does not complain about her hardships, does not seek sympathy, and does not wait for someone else to save her. She stands on her own 2 feet, faces life head on, and keeps moving forward no matter what. She understands that strength is built in moments of struggle, that growth happens in adversity, and that every setback is simply a setup for something greater. She does not measure her worth by material success, by the admiration of others, or by how much she has achieved. She knows that real success lies in the impact she makes, in the lives she influences, and in the love she shares. She does not chase fame, does not seek applause, and does not crave recognition. Her fulfillment comes from knowing she is living with purpose. She is not perfect, and she does not claim to be. She makes mistakes, has weaknesses, and experiences moments of doubt. But she does not allow those moments to define her. She learns, she grows, and she keeps moving forward. She understands that failure is not the opposite of strength. It is a part of it. Her strength is quiet but undeniable. It is not about dominance or proving herself to the world. It is simply who she is. And that strength, combined with her unwavering dignity, makes her impossible to ignore. A woman with a kind and compassionate heart,
carries a light within her that cannot be dimmed by the darkness of the world. She does not display kindness only when convenient. She embodies it in everything she does. Her heart remains open, not because life has been easy, but because she knows that true strength is found in the ability to love despite pain, to give without expectation, and to show grace even when others do not. She is not kind because she is weak. She is kind because she is strong enough to rise above bitterness. Life may have given her reasons to be cold, to close herself off, but she refuses to let negativity change her. She chooses compassion over cruelty, understanding over judgment, and forgiveness over resentment. She knows that people are flawed, that they make mistakes, and that sometimes those who hurt the most are the ones in need of love the most. Her kindness is not selective. She does not show love only to those who treat her well. She extends grace even to those who may not deserve it, not because she allows herself to be mistreated, but because she refuses to carry the weight of hate. She understands that anger and bitterness only chain her down, and she will not let them steal her peace. She releases grudges, not because she forgets, but because she values her freedom too much to be weighed down by resentment. Her kindness is not about grand gestures. It is found in the small, unnoticed moments. A gentle word to someone struggling, a helping hand when no one is watching, a simple act of encouragement that changes someone's day. These moments define her character. She listens, not just waiting for her turn to speak, but truly hearing. She notices when someone is in pain, even when they try to hide it. She gives, not because she has to, but because it is who she is. Her compassion is her power, allowing her to connect deeply, to see beyond the surface, and to recognize what others overlook. She is not motivated by recognition. She does not need applause. She does good even when no one is watching, because kindness is simply a part of who she is.